You're not like them. Not the loud ones. The ones who fill rooms with their presence. Not the ones who climb, conquer, command. You feel it, don't you? That quiet pulse inside. The one that whispers, you don't belong here. The world calls them alphas, kings of the pack, leaders, warriors, voices that echo, hands that shape empires. But you're something else, a shadow moving through their light, a sigma male. What sets you apart? Not strength, not will, not fire, but the way you carry it. Silent, deliberate, a blade sheathed, not drawn. This isn't about who wins. This is about who you are. When the noise fades, when the crowd disperses, when you're alone with the truth. The alpha wears his crown, polished, heavy, forged in the gaze of others. He thrives on eyes watching, on voices chanting his name. His power is a performance, a stage, a spotlight. He builds hierarchies, ladders to climb, thrones to claim. His strength is loud, a roar that shakes the earth. He leads because he must, because the pack demands it. But you don't need the crown. You don't crave the stage. Your power doesn't shout. It simmers, a quiet current beneath the surface. The alpha commands the room. You command yourself. He seeks followers. You seek truth. He builds empires. You build meaning. The world sees his fire and calls it strength. But yours is a flame that burns inward, unseen, unspoken, unstoppable. They don't understand your silence. They call it cold, distant, broken. But it's not empty, it's alive. Solitude is your forge, where thoughts sharpen, where the world's noise fades, and your soul speaks. You don't run from it, you embrace it. The alpha needs the pack. His strength is borrowed from loyalty, from numbers, from noise. But you stand alone, not because you're weak, but because you're whole. In solitude, you find clarity, the kind that cuts through illusions, the kind that reveals who you are when no one's watching, the kind that makes you dangerous, not to others, but to the lies you're fed, to the systems that bind, to the chains you refuse to wear. Power isn't a shout. It's a choice, a step taken in silence, a line drawn in the sand. The alpha's power is a spectacle, a fist raised, a voice booming. He moves mountains because others see it. His strength is a currency, spent in the open, counted by the crowd. But yours is different. It's the weight of your presence, the gravity of your calm. The way you move through chaos. Without bending, you don't need to shout. Your actions speak. You don't need to dominate. Your resolve does. You don't need the world's approval. You've already approved yourself. This is the Sigma's power, not in ruling others, but in ruling yourself. A quiet rebellion, a life carved on your terms. You feel deeply, don't you? More than you let on, more than they'll ever know. The alpha connects through command. His bonds are forged in loyalty, in shared battles, in shared glory. He's the sun, pulling others into orbit. But you are a moon, distant, yet felt. Your connections are rare, chosen, sacred. You don't need a crowd. You need meaning. A few souls who see you, who understand the weight of your silence, who don't ask you to perform. This is your paradox. You crave connection, but not at the cost of your truth. You love fiercely, but you guard your soul. You're open, but only to those who earn it. The world hands you a ladder. Climb, it says. Higher, faster, louder. Prove yourself. Wear the mask. Play the game. The alpha climbs. He sees the top and charges. Each rung a victory. Each step a shout. He wants the view, the title, the crown. But you step away. Not from fear, not from weakness, but from knowing. You know the ladder leads nowhere. To a life you don't want. To a cage dressed as a throne. You don't climb. You walk. Your own path, your own pace. This is your rebellion, not against the world, but for yourself. A refusal to trade freedom for a seat at their table. They think you're cold, unfeeling, a stone in a world of fire. They're wrong. Your emotions run deep. A river beneath the earth, hidden but alive. You feel everything. The weight of the world, the sting of betrayal, the ache of dreams unspoken. But you don't break. You don't spill. You transform. Your anger becomes resolve. Your pain becomes wisdom. Your doubt becomes clarity. This is your alchemy, turning chaos into strength, turning wounds into power. The alpha wears his emotions. They fuel his fire, his fight. But you refine yours. You shape them in silence. You wield them with precision. This is why you're unbreakable. Not because you don't feel, but because you've mastered what you feel. They can't read you, can they? Your thoughts, your heart. A book written in a language they don't speak. The alpha is an open flame, predictable in his blaze. His strength is seen, measured, known. But you're a fog, a riddle, a shadow that shifts. Your mystery isn't a mask. It's who you are. A man who doesn't need to explain, who doesn't need to be understood, who doesn't need to be seen to know his worth. This is your mastery, not in controlling others, but in controlling what you reveal, in letting the world wonder, in letting your silence speak. Your power lies in what you withhold, in the space you leave for truth to breathe. They'll never get it. Will they? The way you move, the way you think, the way you live. They call you distant, arrogant, lost. They see your silence and think it's weakness, your solitude and think it's failure, your freedom and think it's rebellion. But you're not rebelling. You're choosing. You're not lost. You're found. You're not weak. You're a force. The world worships the alpha's noise, his crowns, his conquests, his chains. But you're free. Free to think. Free to feel. Free to be. They'll misunderstand you. Let them. Their judgment is their cage. Your truth is your key. You've always known, haven't you? That spark inside, that quiet roar, the wolf that paces in your soul. You're not an alpha. You don't need to be. You're a sigma, a man of silence, a man of depth, a man of power. This is your awakening. Not to shout louder, not to climb higher, not to fit in, but to embrace who you are. Your solitude is your strength. Your mystery is your shield. Your mind is your sword. Your heart is your fire. The world will try to change you, to make you louder, to make you theirs. But you stay true. You are the silent wolf, the one who walks alone, the one who knows, the one who rises, not for applause, but for himself. Awaken, not to their world, but to yours.